Cancer, good morning. How you guys doing? So I've changed the camera view for a little while because it's much easier for me to quickly render and put out for you guys. So let's see what you got. You can watch this as a Life Path 7 or a Cancerian. Your reading that I did for your weekly over on Patreon was brilliant. It was really good reading. So let's see what this one brings up for you. So what should Cancerian be aware of in their environment? Have they got anything that is coming towards them in their environment that they need to be aware of? The energy that is coming towards Cancer in the environment, please. So I never want to feel that way again. I understand you better now. Okay, so there may be a split up, break up kind of situation, but I seem to understand you a little bit better. But I really don't want you to make me feel that way again. I don't really want it. Or Jen, Julian, Jason, Justin, Jackie, Jasmine, Jack. And I never want to feel that way again with you. So please don't leave or split up or break up. I understand you better now, and I actually want to reconcile maybe for a lot of you, if that's a past energy. Let's see. It's kind of like I don't really want to push your buttons any further. I'm also hearing I don't really want to take this any further, though. Let's see. Be very careful about reconciliation when it means going back into a past cycle with someone, or Michael, Melissa, Maria, Michael, Jackson, Julian, Jason, Justin, Jackie, Jasmine, Jack. Let's see. Cancer. Anything that they should be aware of in their environment, please. So you got, I hope you're happy for me. So it feels like someone's moved on with their life and they've just kind of like remained friends. I never really want to feel that way again, so I don't really want to get wrapped up into a commitment. But I understand you better now, but I hope you're happy for me that I have someone else possible here. I'm kind of picking up an energy of a message at the moment, that someone's kind of like saying like, bon voyage, I hope you're happy for me and that I've moved on with my life, but I hope that we can probably just remain friends or something like that maybe. Doesn't relate to everybody, but it can be what someone is kind of going through in their life. Anything coming up for Cancer or Life Path 7, they should be aware of the energy. I fear that you will reject me. So I got a feeling there's an energy of moving away from one of these people maybe because there isn't any chemistry. And then there's another energy here of like, I am kind of interested in someone else, but I feel that if I was to ask you out, you would say no. So it's kind of like maybe feeling the energy and kind of like just kind of like waiting for a while to both of you to see, because it's kind of like that. I fear that you will reject me if I was to ask you out. I couldn't tell you face to face. You see, you've got this person that may not have any confidence. Now, if this is someone from the past, maybe, okay, and I don't ever really want to feel that way again, but I do understand you better now, but I don't really want to ask you out because I was rejected in the past. And because you said no to me in the past, I don't know whether you would say yes now. It's kind of like that energy that I'm picking up, like maybe two different stories, okay? I understand you a lot better now. I never really want to feel that way again. And I hope that you're happy for me, the fact that I've moved on with my life, okay, from someone, maybe from the past. But then you get that same energy coming from that person of like, you know, I'm moving on with my life, but I fear that you will reject me with this new person because I've also kind of been through something with someone else as well, that I'm unaware or unsure of what they feel without really discussing it because I did once before. And if it happened before, would it happen again type sort of energy. Now, this can be a long time past, or it can be like someone that you've just met, but you've kind of seen this person in the past, like it's a past energy. Okay. Because it says here, I couldn't tell you face to face. Like that means that you may or may have not or are talking to someone online, but you're not actually talking to their face when actually asking or saying that, which has to mean that you haven't even been out on a date. So that's got to mean a new person. But it says, I couldn't tell you face to face before. It's very strange energy that I'm picking up. Sorry if you can hear that aeroplane going by because I've got my window open. Fuck it, it makes a rumbling noise. But there's this energy here of maybe a past partner, okay? something that they've been through and they're trying to move on with their life. But there's an energy here from the long past that I fear that you will reject me if I ask you again. And then I couldn't tell you face to face before when something happened between you guys. And because the before happened last time the way it did, is it going to replay out the same way as it did last time? If I was to ask you out and then get rejected, would that really mess things up if I was to do that? So it's like that unknowing energy of like, I don't really know what to I don't really know how to approach you with anything. I don't know whether I'm supposed to befriend you or treat you as a friend or a lover or a possibility. I don't quite know. It's like one of those type sort of scenarios there. Cancerian or Life Path 7s. Any of you else out there a Life Path 7? How'd you get on with that? So we'll leave your cards there. And now we're going to look at basically a Karma and Dharma reading, but I'm going to call out the energy of what your energy looks like and then what the other person's energy look like, and then I'll try and alter the reading to my own sort of style. So show me Cancer's energy, show me Cancerian or Life Path 7's energy of what they've got going on, please. For the next 48 hours, show me Cancerian's energy of what they've got going on. So you've got Leo or an Aquarius and the moon energy. This is Virgo, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Now, if this isn't a Leo, it can be Aquarius of 8. This person on this side could be a mother of someone that is Leo or Aquarius. Okay, they're a mother. They're either a Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, a Virgo, Life Path 9, Life Path 3, 4, all those. Okay. But I feel that this is a mother energy that's kind of going on here with someone that is specifically a Leo or an Aquarian. Okay. Because there's a strong connection, regardless, like looking at this, there's a strong connection to someone, but it does say that I fear rejection, but this is also a strong connection. Okay. But someone needs to open their mouth in order to say something here, right? Yeah, if you look at it, okay. Open your mouth. Open wide. Oh, some of you might be going to the dentist or having something wrong with your teeth. Let's see. Cancer, show me the Cancerian energy of what they got going on. So you got commitment, relationship or marriage. Now, if this is divorced from the past, it could be, but there is a commitment or a relationship on the table, okay. There's also a very big family man, someone that is looking for a relationship. They're just trying to express their feelings. Maybe they might have hidden feelings and desires for someone. Like, you know, at the moment, I'll just keep my feelings to myself until I know. It's kind of like, I need you to give me a little bit more information, or I need you to give me a little bit more interest before I end up going to do that. If it relates to the top questions here. So, let's see. What is... Because this energy here can be overly confident, can be very confident, but it can be afraid to approach an energy through confidence. Someone, you know, being afraid to actually approach the energy to ask them here. I think knockbacks are always quite good, you know, being rejected. Because if anything else, if being rejected, they also give you growth of stability. Because it means that you can take a rejection like a man or a female, like a woman, okay, and then when it comes to like asking people out, then, you know, you're so used to that that eventually if someone says yes, you're like, oh, wasn't expecting that, right? So let's see, why do I keep moving them down when they've got to go up? Let's see, show me the other person, please, connected to Cancer. Show me the other energy that's connected to Cancer, please. So you get the Four of Swords, possible signs of Scorpio or Aries. You get the Tower, a Kundalini spiritual awakening or a breakdown. And then you get the Wheel of Fortune. This is a difficult reading. Okay, so there's taking a break from one another a little bit, having a rest, recuperation, okay. Some mother here, they could be a mum individually, and they're having a bit of a breakdown because they're completely and utterly, you know, not devastated, but they're just like, there's a lot going on in my life being a mum at the moment. Okay, here. There could already be a married couple or a married partnership, but it is offered. It's a new beginning and a fresh start, starting over fresh from word go, which means that it can be reconciliation if any of you are looking to reconcile with a person. Okay, and if not, and it's a new kind of energy, Saturn can also mean new, because it can mean a karmic return from the past, okay, or the future energy is unknown until we make a commitment. Okay, so let's find out why Cancer has the energy of strength here, please. Why do they have the strength energy? So maybe a Capricorn or a cardinal energy, and then Libra. It's kind of like not confidence, like confidence in order to be able to approach someone kind of thing here. It's like, I want to just take things one day at a time and slowly. But this person could have children and they don't really want to rush into anything because they have kids. And it's like, well, I've got children and I've got to think of my kids. And now it's making me think, you know, do I reach out and say something, or do I just want to stay single, but I've got to really think of my children? Okay. But it can also be like lack of confidence to actually approach someone here. Okay. Like male or female, it really doesn't matter. You know, if you're a female and you're really wanting the attention of a guy and he's not giving you any, then you have to approach the guy. You know, you can either, one, have a feeling for someone and not approach them, or two, you can just bite the bullet and approach them. It doesn't matter whether you're male or female. What is the Four of Swords here for? What's the Four of Swords here for Cancer on the other side? So, children or clients, new people, still really not telling me too much here. Because you might not be speaking. Pages and this Knight energy is like, there really isn't much communication between people. But I do feel that someone here does have an ex involved in this energy here. Okay, like being a mum here, because there's children all around this energy. And your top cards are, I never really want to feel that way again. I understand you better now, that you don't really talk too much. I hope you're happy for me that I might move on and meet someone new. So I hope that you can just let me go and just get on with my life. But I fear that a new person might reject me, and you couldn't tell me face to face, because these are like not doing FaceTime energies. These are just thinking about someone but not actually approaching them. I just think about you at afar but without actually doing anything. What is the moon here for? You know, people have to know what people look like. You know, if you want to be in a relationship with someone, if this is relating to like, I can't tell you face to face, but you want to be in a relationship with someone, man, y'all got to know what each other looks like. Right? Because if you're in a relationship, trust me, anybody's going to see anybody at their worst and their best, you know. So if you can't see someone at their worst when they just first get up and stuff like that, then y'all guys need to get over yourself. Right? What's the moon energy here for? Is a Libra energy maybe of a Two of Cups? They've got children or clients around here. I think that they're kind of like, this person here is single. They are single. They're not really making any moves either way. They may have a connection, or someone may have a connection to this person, but it isn't really being spoke of. So what's the Tower energy here for? Because your actual reading for the week came up really good. But now I'm doing this one, it seems to be more complicated. People are not opening up their emotions. They're not speaking. They're not saying anything. You know, I did this when I did the live question and answers. You know, what I'm supposed to reach out to the person all the time, and I keep doing that. Yeah, if you want them, you have to speak to them about why don't you put in the effort as what I do. Okay. because it might be a lack of interest, you know. Depends if you guys are in a relationship or you're not. But because the pages can run out of things to say. Like if we talk all the fucking time, all of the time, there's not actually anything to talk about. Like, because the pages can be bored energies. Like, I'm bored. There really isn't much to talk about. Like you know, like that. There's not much to talk about. Like, you've got to have really good communication skills. You've got to know not to talk too much if the other person isn't reciprocated. And you've got to also know how to talk. You've got to have a lot of interesting subjects to talk about. Like, communicating is so important, like, to vibe off a person of interest. Because that's the person that you're going to be with. And if you haven't got much in common, then it relates to a very frustrating kind of, like, connection, because there's really nothing in common. Like, we're not really the same. We don't see things the same way, you know. What's the Hierophant? Why is the Hierophant here for Cancer, please? So, someone wants to know the truth about whether or Ruth, okay, or Rachel. But, like, I want to know the truth about a commitment or a relationship. That's what I'm looking for. Why is the Wheel of Fortune here on the other side for Cancer, please? The Eight of Cups and the... There's clients here and there's children, but I don't think you guys are even talking. I mean, this is only the next 48 hours. I'm not slating anybody for not talking, because you don't need to talk to people all the time. But at the moment, as it stands for the next 48 hours, I'm really not seeing too much in the lines of communicating with this person here. Now, if you've been going through this forever and a day, and you're on the twat flame journey with a person you haven't even spoke to in years, then you need to move on. Because you're either going to have two choices. You either reach out for yourself, and you reach out. Do not wait for communication from a person that hasn't reached out to you. Having a connection with a person watching tarot to see if they're going to communicate with me. More than likely no. That's because you haven't. Right? So, like I said, if you're watching this and you're kind of like, well, I haven't spoke to this person in fucking ages and years and, you know, blah, 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 and I wonder if they've got a connection with me, well, then speak up, say something to them, find out, okay? Because this is refusing to open up emotionally. And it might be where the other person's kind of like a little bit skittish, thinking, well, I don't think that you would, even if I was to try, I don't think you would, so... You know, it's a little bit like, like that. But I am picking up on a very bored and frustrated energy here, Cancer, I must admit. Like, you know, because this energy here, for a lot of you that may be looking at reconciliation, never, ever go back into, like, if anything's been violent, if anything's been really fucking awful... in a commitment, never go back into that. Regardless of what you feel, if it's been terrible and awful, never go back into anything that is violent or anything like that. That's obvious, right? Anything that's violent and very manipulative and controlling, please do not believe that that be the okey-doke that falls you to go back into that, right? Now, you can wait for change and see if a person does change in the future. But, like, you know, as we stand, I think that this energy is just very current, very present. Don't really know where I stand. Don't really know what's happening. There isn't really anything being said. So all I can do is just kind of, like, wait for this person to maybe make a move. And if they give me some kind of, like, you know, nudge, nudge, wink, wink, like, I do like you like that, and it picks up, then I might have a bit more of a... you know, a bit more of a knowing of whether I should ask you out or not. Right? It's kind of like one of those readings. So there you go, Cancer. If you want your actual reading for the week that is a lot better than this one, unless this really relates to you, is to go over to Patreon. Patreon is the silver or the gold tier. They're roughly 2 weekly readings, but you get them each week. And they always come out before they do here. So it's my old spread that I do, full table spread, all clarified, telling you what counterpart matches which one, why and who, and if that's an X and stuff like that. So it's easier for me to kind of read sometimes. And that's what you've got over on Patreon, but you'll need the silver or the gold tier. And if not, you want to join the join button below. That's where I do free readings for everybody that is joined, but you need to join for perks, $2 or $3. And if I don't do the readings, I do channeling your deceased loved ones from the past. We do that as well, but when I've caught up with the readings, okay? So you will need to keep all the notifications on to let you know that when I go live, and I'll try to do it at different times so you can all fit in, and also over weekends for you guys that don't work, and then I can try and get you done as well, okay? So that join button is an option below. Also, thanks very much, guys. Really appreciate it, and I'll see you soon.